Good morning to you, our dear viewer. Thank you so much for always choosing the national broadcaster to be part of your mornings every single day. You make us proud. Thank you so much, and you're so special. Well, welcome back for the Muslim brethren out there. I believe you had a great Saum season and you had great celebrations when it came to Eid al-Fitr. We welcome you back, and thanks for fasting and interceding on behalf of the entire nation. And to you, our viewer, who always joining us every morning as we continue to celebrate women in ICT, we don't take you for granted. And this whole month we've been focusing on health itself, how ICT has been incorporated into the health services and how they've benefited from all these. Speaking to different ladies every single day, very special, brilliant minds. So amazing. We can never exhaust what they have in store, and their focus on mentoring the girl child and the boy child out there, and calling for more support from government as well. We've been talking about herbal medicines, talking about the mental issues that come with the stress and the depression that everyone goes through each and every single day, the fatigue from work, wellness itself, nutrition, how can you prepare yourself each and every single day. I've been talking about maternal health itself, the issues that arise there. How can you protect yourself in terms of emergencies? We had a lady from ambulances. How can you be equipped and get those right details? We had the crisis during the COVID breakdown, and they've been here saying so much, and I believe you don't take it for granted. You always have a notebook by your side, to at least jot down a few things for you to put into practice and consideration. My name is Sandra Kahunde, and you're watching the National Broadcaster. We're coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Today is the 24th day of April 2023. We have a lot in store for you. Joining me today for a discussion as we talk about wellness, as we talk about infertility in women, as we talk about herbal treatment, as we talk about, there's really a lot. Angel Imani is here to inspire us, and she's from Nela, a company she works for, and they deal so much into herbal treatment, and there's really a lot more she's here to share with us. You're most welcome to today's episode.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you for making time.
I'm
going to make you talk.
Oh, definitely, yes. We have to talk today.
So as a panel, today you're special, turning out to be a single one. All things work for good.
Oh, for me, definitely, yes, for me.
Amazing.
Yes.
How have you been? How has been your weekend? It's been a long one.
Oh, definitely, yes, it's been a long one.
Parents have been traveling through this morning, through the jam and taking the kids to school and waking
Plus
up,
the weather.
And the weather itself. Yes, but we always complain when it's too much sun.
And when it rains too much, we also complain.
We had a nurse on the previous episode last week on Thursday, and then we're complaining. Someone issues to do with with the cycle. There's too much flow. What do I do? And like maybe there's too much sun where you are. So now the weather has turned out to be a bit chilly, and we still have complaints.
True.
You were here before, and we had a great time.
Yes.
And so when you went back, how has it been like for you? So many cases came through again?
Yes.
Or at least solutions?
I'm there to give solutions whenever the cases come. So yeah, actually a lot of people reached out, and I was so excited by that. Yes.
There was good reception, no complaints.
No,
like you told us to stay away from from our meat and our milk, to do only the greens.
It's always a challenge for people at first, but with time, they take up the lifestyle.
Okay.
Yes.
For someone who has just joined us for this episode, wanting to really get to know what Angel Imani does, her profession, and what she studied, how unique is her course, and how ICT has really benefited her work when it comes to health, her health space where she's best put, and she has positioned herself in that particular space. Let's get to know Angel Imani.
Okay, last time actually I didn't give my full name, so today I'll give my full name. My full name is Navalayo Angel Imani, and what I do is I'm a herbal consultant and wellness expert at Nela Organics. So Nela Organics majorly deals in wellness and how we can really improve people's lives by changing their lifestyles, and through different ways, through nutrition, through herbal remedies, through essential oil therapy, depending on someone's need. And then the course I did is called ethnobotany. So ethnobotany is majorly the study of the relationship between people and plants, and what really plants help people with. So what I really do is I do the research bit, find what the plant does for someone, and I'm able to give it to someone so that they can be able to use it for whatever benefit they need it for. And then how ICT has really helped us is that as we do research, we really depend on internet and the computers and the smartphones. So for me to be able to know what these plants do, to be able to come up or know the chemicals in the plants, in the foods you eat, in the fruits, in the vegetables you eat, I need to do research and I need the internet. So IT has really helped us so much, even in marketing, because we make using Canva, using different IT options to be able to come up with marketing skills, to be able to promote our brand out there. So really IT helps us so much with the research, with the background, with the marketing, with everything really we do to be able to promote our businesses, to be able to help people out there and to create awareness with what is happening in the health, wildland sector. Yes.
So your work has been eased up?
Oh, very much.
You know, when you talk about the plants themselves, they're like, banangi. Herbs and herbs and herbs. That's they go thinking about the bacteria and all the herbs that goes that go around. Like they just want to reduce weight. Everything.
Yes, yes.
There's everything when it comes to the herbal medication.
Yes, please.
And then there's that mix-up, because some take the herbal medication and then yet they already have like
Modern medicine.
the modern medicine. That mix-up.
It's actually
dangerous?
It's not if you talk to an expert like us, because you find there are some medicines that actually work very well with herbs, and then you find there are herbs that improve the efficacy of the other medicine. So it's not that it's not allowed, it's just that someone has to do it with wisdom. So you're supposed to look for someone who understands this and they're able to complement your modern medicine with the herbal medicine. So it's very possible, it's just that people just like mixing things.
You want to get better quick. That's what happens.
Faster results.
So is that what you do at Nella?
It's actually one of the things we do at Nella. In the whole overall of wellness is that someone is going to come, they have like pressure, definitely their own prior medicine. Someone is going to come with diabetes and their own prior medicine. So when someone comes, I'm going to find out which medicine are you on, which herbal supplements work best with that medicine. Because you find people have chronic diseases, they don't want to let go of their medicine immediately. So I have to supplement with what they're taking. And then with time, you pull them off slowly by slowly until they're dependent on the herbal medicine itself. Yes.
So what happens? Do you show them the kind of plants that you've used?
Yes.
Or that is like, for some people they will not tell you, they will keep it to themselves. They're like, I mixed about 3 different plant species. You can't even find them. Because I'll not forget during that time when we had the issue to do with the COVID crisis.
Okay.
You're like, you have to steam yourself, you have to boil these, you have to mix up, you know, they'll not tell you the secret. And then you're like, you try to figure it and you're like, at least 100,000 would have, you know, been affordable. It would be affordable for me if it was costing 100,000. But they will exaggerate and then they will let you know that it's 600,000 shillings. And then you're like, which kind of plant species did you put?
Okay, it depends. You know how like these days people have started importing herbs and bringing in. So that makes it a bit pricey, but again, not too exaggerated as you've said. So definitely us at Nella, everything you take, you know the ingredients that are there, because when we are making the labels of our products, we put for you the names of the plants you're using or the herbs you're using or whatever supplement we give you. So you know what ingredients are in there and you're not just taking something you don't know.
Is there a bit of magic or a special touch when it comes to this bit of treatment? Because I remember someone was sharing a story and like, I had an issue to do with the heart.
Okay.
And then I was directed to go somewhere, that side of Mengo. They were like twins.
Okay.
They were very old ladies, but I think they had a special touch or magic. And then she was like, you need to go and get a bigger saucepan. Get this and that, different kinds of plants, and then you bring them, we'll boil them for you, or you take them every single day, you just keep boiling. Make sure the medication does not go bad.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And he recovered, by the way. He did recover after a while, and he got there was improvement in his health. So his uncle also complained of the same issue. And like, okay, I'll take you. There are some ladies I know. But unfortunately, when they went to that same place, they had passed on.
Oh, wow.
So the son was there. And then they're like, can you help us? He also sent them for the same items. But this other second one never got the treatment. So is there some bit of magic when it comes to herbal treatment? Or it's a myth?
No, it's not actually magic. It's just that you might find that those ladies knew something. That
The right measurements?
Yeah, the right measurements, the right portions to put, the right amount of water to put.
Because at the end of the day, the things they were sending you for, they're the usual things that you see in the market.
Exactly. But then when you have this expertise, you're able to know, like, I need this amount of heat to be able to get the chemical I need to treat this person. I need this amount of product for it to be able to work to this person. And if they take in this dosage, they'll be able to get results. So we have that knowledge. It's not that it's magic. You just know from the experience. The more people you handle, the more people you heal, the more expertise you get and experience. So that when next person, someone comes, you're like, oh, let's do this, this, and this. And within a week, they're very fine. Yes.
Good thing you mentioned somewhere when it comes to the dosage. Because I guess maybe some people take it in excess. You find someone, like I was on a malaria treatment, you know, kind of medication, and then I tried to involve aloe vera, and then you find they're swollen, they end up getting the allergies.
Okay.
Yes, and then they complain because of there was no dosage, the right dosage. You find someone taking the whole glass of aloe vera morning, afternoon. And
this is the prior knowledge like people carry, and that, like, when it comes to herbs, you need to take like a full cup or 3 times in a day, but it also depends on the amount of the herb you're putting in there. Now, for instance, if we talk about aloe vera is actually very safe, but then it has in a compound we call latex. Latex is what causes allergy. So if a normal person just goes and cuts the aloe vera and they don't know that it has in a part called latex, they're just going to take it and then they'll get the allergies. So where someone has the expertise, they will know, and they're like, let me cut this bit, this small portion, let me put it in a cup of water, and you'll need 1 cup for the day, and you'll be very fine to take. And then it's not like it's really overdosed, but then again, too much is not good because it might cause side effects. So we always, as I've said, advise people to first inquire from someone who carries more information or knowledge or expertise before you do self-treatment at home.
Okay, speaking about the self-treatment itself and the excess, the overdosage, because in case of medication through the
IV,
the modern medication,
okay,
there's a way they will tend to flush it out in case of anything, or maybe allergies. So imagine this one has taken herbal and it's too much, it's an overdosage. Is there a way they can flush it out? Is there a quicker mechanism?
The quickest way actually to do flush naturally is by taking a lot of water. So when you take a lot of water and you go to the washrooms, you're washing it out. Or when you're sweating, you're releasing it. So if someone takes like too much of any herbal medicine, we always advise they take a lot of water to fasten the process of releasing the medicine out of their system. So it's kind of related to modern way in a way.
In a way.
Yes.
But with all the myth and the challenges that come through with it, and the bias itself, isn't this going to put us away from the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda?
No, definitely it cannot. In this world, you're supposed to try. Have faith is the word I should really use. So before you say that just because someone said this, this, and this about herbal medicine, it's not the same for you. Give it a try. You might find it's going to do magic for you even if it didn't do magic for the other person. So it's all about someone's heart and faith in this matter. So it's your health. Do you really want to give it a try and see if it works for you? Or you're going to depend on the other person's message or information and be like, no, it didn't work for someone, so I don't think it will work for me. So again, it goes back to your heart. Do you want to get well? Give it a try. It will work for you.
Well, earlier on you talked about some of the plant species being important. Do you have like issues when you go out in the jungle or in the forests to search for those particular plants and they're nowhere to be seen? No,
it's just that some plants just don't grow in Uganda. A lot of herbs actually don't grow here.
So we also have to go and export them?
Yes, please.
So that's why we have to share.
Yes.
Export and import at the end of the day, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
So different continents or different lands have different plants. Definitely something that grows in like in the cold region doesn't grow in the dry lands or in like our land in Uganda here. It depends. Some have different origins. You find like some plants' origins are like from USA or from like UK or from like India or China. Definitely such plants don't grow on our soil. So we have to import them from that side and bring them here. So it's not that we don't have these things in Uganda, it's just that they don't grow on our soil. So we have to import and bring them in to be able to get their benefits. Yes.
So we should stop blaming ourselves. We're like, our parents used to catch up with them. They used to find them. How come we can't get them? Maybe it's because maybe they're out of season or something like that.
It's just that even some bits are getting extinct these days because of the cutting down of forests, because of the settlements. So back then, as you know, in our parents' generation, it's just that it was Greenland most everywhere. So they would be able to access most of these herbs. But then now, with the settlements coming in, with the deforestation going on, we are losing some of these important herbs. That's why they are hard to get these days. Yeah, so if people can be able to start growing farmlands with these things, then they'll be accessible for everyone to get.
Okay, fine. They should get into farming. Think about adding, but they should also think of planting those species.
Yes, please. Not everyone can definitely do it, but like our government has the resources to be able to facilitate these farms. So if they can come up with a campaign and they're like, we should encourage people who know agriculture to grow these herbs or to grow these crops for medicine production in Uganda, then it's very possible.
Only for medicine?
Yes.
Now, have you heard of cases like, say, a particular species,
Okay.
and you're like, the leaves are important, the stem is important, but either the roots are dangerous? Are there cases like that? First, we just get unboiled. They told me to take
Yes, please.
check this, and I just have to go get it, boil it. Desperate, you want to get better. Are there cases of a particular species? This is important, the leaves are important, but leave the roots alone.
Okay, let me actually give you a best example. Do you know there are herbs, when they are raw, they are poisonous, but when they are dry, they are medicinal?
Dry and then like value addition?
Not really value addition, like when we take them through the process of drying them to be able to turn them into powder, then it's very good to take. But when someone picks it from the compound out there
And squeezes the leaf.
it's very poisonous. Yeah, so that is very possible. We have actually so many plants where you find like the leaves are beneficial, but maybe the stem has a poisonous compound on it, or the roots are not edible. So definitely we use the parts that are edible, and the parts that are not edible, we don't advise anyone to take them. Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, between you and I. I'm just thinking, because there's really a lot of talk that comes through with the herbal medication itself. You are a Ugandan, and you know your heart goes out to the Ugandans out there, and then the issue of supporting Buy Uganda, Build Uganda itself, and the safety and the good health for the human beings out there. With the existing companies that we have that have come through to give such treatment when it comes to what we have here, what we are blessed with as a country. Do you really trust all of them? You can cleanse this, you can put your foot here, you can do that, you can cleanse yourself like, you know, there's really a lot of talk that comes through with it. Please, some advice.
Regarding that, I can't say that everyone is trustworthy, truth be told. As a person, you're supposed to know and outsource the right supplier for you, because not everyone who is making herbal medicine is actually trustworthy, truth be told. Yeah, so I would always advise someone to first do research before they just go to anyone and buy medicine from those people. Ask around and see the products they sell. Do they work? Do they have side effects? Are they very good for people? How do they help someone? So it's always nice to first know the background of that business before you just go and buy a product from them.
You get it, you go shower, and then someone finds you like, I saw this one with some leaves, maybe she's into magic.
No. Yeah, it's not magic, but they do work, so just carry out a little research. Even when you go actually to the shop itself, you first ask, do you have any testimonies from your previous clients? What do they say about them? Are they written? Do you have screenshots? So find out more about it. Then from there, you'll be convinced, and you're like, if it worked for this someone, I'm sure it will also work for me.
Okay, have you experienced that bit when they walk into Nella, or maybe they walk up to you, and then you're like, they don't really trust you at all, and then they expect someone to be dressed differently, and maybe they look at the age bracket and like, does she really know this species? Have you had such an experience?
Actually, at our offices, we have a lot of clients who come. But when they come, it's because they are tired of the modern medicine and they want to give herbs a try. And you find like it's their first time. So definitely they're very skeptical and they need you to convince them. So you really have to do the convincing. And that's why I said now, like us, we have a lot of testimonies from our clients, both on like WhatsApp or screenshots, depending on what someone used. So when someone comes and they're like, I have this, this, and this, how can you help me? But they're skeptical. So I'm going to explain to them, get those feedback from the previous clients, and then you find, yes, even if they buy the products, they'll be a bit skeptical. But the more you do follow up on this client, you find they get easier with you, free with you.
The faith comes through.
Yeah. yeah. And you find that they turn into a loyal client afterwards. Yeah.
Tell us about the course. Can the Ugandan out there, how easy is it for someone who's trying to figure it out and like, okay, I really love agriculture, I love my country, I love nature itself, I want to be a person of substance, maybe do a bit of training instead of being a mofere. Is it accessible like to the different institutions that we have, or it's a bit special?
It's a bit special, I should say, because currently now it's only in Makerere and Bara University, the course itself. So for people who want to, okay, the other way of how people can learn is through experience by getting jobs at those different herbal offices and organizations that we have in Uganda. So even if someone is not able to go for like the degree, you can be able to learn from these people who have prior information and prior experience. Now, like the best place we have in Uganda where people actually practice from is called chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is in Wandegea next to public health. They're very good at training herbalists or anyone who wants to work in that field. Yeah, and the experience you get from there, the trainings, the learning, because they do a lot of field research. They do a lot of product production for the government. So if someone wants to learn more about this, they can always check it out and they can be able to learn more about that.
Then they'll stop being buffeted.
Yes.
For the viewers watching, good to know you're part of this discussion here to celebrate women in ICT in regards to health. And Angel right here is trying to clear the airwaves for us, giving us more insight. We can really trust those particular products that we have in the nation. Fine, we have to import others and we have to export as well. But it works all for us. And it's good to know that it's good treatment at the end of the day. She specializes in so much. She has a lot that is to do with wellness, women infertility, and the herbal treatment itself. There's really a lot to catch up for this episode. Now, just away from the herbal medication itself, crossing over to infertility, are the cases that have walked to your office or walked up to you for solution? What could be the cause?
When it comes actually to infertility issues, there are many causes. Yeah, because diet plays a role. What you eat actually plays a role. But then the biggest factor is always our hormones. Our hormones are like the biggest causes of the most infertility issues like women face or men. It's just that it's so common in women than in men, yes. And then the other thing is some are hereditary. You might find it comes like in the lineage you grow up from. And then even your lifestyle can actually affect your fertility. Yeah, so those are like the major causes of the different fertility issues women face and men face currently in this generation. Yes.
Hereditary? The hormones
Hormonal,
itself,
yes.
the diet
Lifestyle
itself,
and
the
diet.
lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay, how about these other modern medications?
Definitely even medicine plays a role in there. Because you might find some people can be on long-term medication and it affects them in the long run, or they had a certain issue and they gave them this medicine and instead it caused another issue in there.
And then the mindset itself?
Oh, okay. That's a big disease is the word I should say. Yeah, in this current generation where people are so stressed, people are so depressed, people are so anxious about everything that goes on in their lives, your mental health plays a huge role in how you live and how you be, and in your health and wellness. So definitely even mindset has a bit to play in there. Yes.
How have you helped them? How have you reached out to them Have you had success stories or testimonies at the end of the day with the treatment?
Actually, we have a lot of success stories and testimonies at Nela Organics. We have had a lot of clients who have come in with different fertility issues. Maybe someone wants to come in because they want to give birth. We have a lot of those who have managed to have babies. Then we have those whose problems have actually reversed. Yes, as long as you follow the procedures we give you and the guidelines, and you eat the right food and you take your products we recommend for you, a lot of people actually have gotten very good results and they're happy with themselves currently now as I speak.
The reverse order you talked about, the reverse is how?
Like
they've already given birth before?
No, it's just like how someone comes and they're like, this is the issue I have. Let me say, for example, someone has like PCOS. It's called polycystic ovary syndrome, where someone has cysts in their ovaries. So we have people actually where we have managed to shrink these cysts and their hormones have come back in order and they're happy with themselves, because you find most people have these issues, have self-esteem problems. So you help them with their confidence, you help them with their mental health, regulating their hormones, and you find like most of them even wanted to give birth and have been able to actually give birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at Nela, there's use of equipment. It's not like, you know, with how it is, like, you do this in the morning when you wake up and things like that, that bit of psychology and the treatment that comes with the magic and the special, the specialness that we talked about earlier on, that our parents used to have. But at Nela, there's equipment, because if you're able to detect what is on to the ovaries, then meaning someone has to first go through all that bit of checkup.
Actually, yeah, someone has to first do the checkup and then we know what is really going on. What challenge do you have? What health issue do you have? Then from knowing, then we are able to draw back another root cause. Because definitely by the time it's there, something caused it. So when we know the root cause, then we are able to prescribe for you the right diet you need, the right herbs you need. If you need essential oils, the right essential oils you will need to help you be able to get well and be healthy. Yes.
Are there cases of like maybe because you took long maybe to think about it as a lady, like you took long to think about it? Okay, for example, they're like, okay, fine, abstain. So you're like, I'm abstaining until I get the right partner, till you're like 40 or 45. Could that be also a result to that infertility?
Actually, there are a few cases like that, but it's the most issue is that when we get these signs, because even if you're abstaining for like your partner, your body is telling you the different changes going on. So people always feel these signs going on in their body, but they just ignore them. Yeah. So it's not that it's because they're waiting for their partner, it's just that someone ignored all the changes that were going in the body. So I can't say that they've come when it's late, but it could have been handled earlier if you'd had listened to the signs your body was giving you.
That your ovaries were demanding?
Maybe, let's say, for instance, for such cases, they usually have like abdominal pain, you know, or you can have like fatigue, you're overly fatigued or you're overly tired.
Or lack of appetite?
Or even uncontrolled weight. So you can be having all these signs going on, but you just ignore them. So we always advise that whenever you feel a certain change in your body, go for a checkup, talk to someone. It's always telling you something.
Instead of just picking a painkiller and taking it to silence the whole system.
Yes.
We get addicted every time you're just getting the painkiller and you pass, you let it pass.
You feel like a headache, a Panadol is okay, yet something is growing in there. So it's always advisable whenever you feel, even if it's just a little disturbance in your body, go find out. I don't mean go take medicine, no. Go find out and know what's going on with your body. Yeah, because by the time your body feels fatigued, by the time you have the headaches, by the time you have the migraines, any kind of pain you have in your body is telling you something is not right. So it's always advisable. Go talk to someone. Like, you can just go and consult. You don't need to go and get medicine. Consult, talk more, explain your symptoms. Then someone can be able to find the root cause and give you the right remedies you might need.
Well, you talked about the overweight itself, and I've heard of complaints like that to do with lots of fats. That could be a hindrance for someone to conceive, and they end up getting that issue of infertility. Or other, I don't know whether it's a myth or it's reality, that maybe the male organ could be the problem. Are there cases like that?
Yes. There are cases like that. That's why I said, okay, it's most common in women, but even men have it. It's just that with this, let me say for instance, in our country, you might find like men have this thing of like, women are the only ones with issues, yet men also have issues. It's just that ours are in the light, theirs are not in the light. So yes, it's possible that men who have those challenges. It's always advisable for a couple to always go, like the husband and the wife, to go and consult. Whenever they have any of those challenges, it's better the two of them
and
to
the
go.
compatibility, because they're like, okay, fine, if you've tried this relationship and things have not worked out the way you want them, maybe you need to change your partner. You find someone who's compatible, maybe with the right mindset and the right organs, I should say, then by God's grace, they
Oh,
conceive.
definitely by God's grace. Yeah, definitely by God's grace. I can't say so much about compatibility, but yeah, whenever there is always a challenge like that, they should always talk it out and consult more about it.
And then the other bit, I want to know how the uniqueness
Okay.
when it comes to modern medicine and what we have and the herbal medication that you give out. I will not ask for the percentage or anything, but I know, proud to be a Ugandan, ours is quite unique. I'm thinking the right remedy would be there when it comes to herbal treatment for someone to conceive
Yes, please.
than it is for the modern medication. Would you agree?
I'm not like flagging modern medicine, but it comes with a lot of side effects when people take it. But then it also has chances, for those who have tried it out, I can't say because me, I give my clients herbal medicine when they come to me and they've managed to conceive. So, and then actually most of them come when they've tried modern medicine and it has failed. Yes, so I'm sure all sides have a certain percentage, yeah, to how results come up for someone. Just that ours, people don't have adverse side effects. Yes, it's a process, it takes time, and we need our clients to be patient, but they get the results they want. It's not fast.
Okay, is it like, for example, if someone is treating an infection, like your partner has to come as well,
Yes,
both of you
please.
need the treatment.
Yes, both of you need the treatment.
Is it the same way?
Yes, it's the same
When
way.
they're dealing with infertility, they need to come together.
Yes, they come together because we have, the package for ladies is different from the package for men. So most times when the lady comes, even if she is the one with the issue, we just give like a man a booster. Yeah, something to boost their bodies up a bit. So it doesn't mean they are not well, but it's just to make the process easier for both of them and for him to be there for the wife. Yeah, at least she doesn't feel like I'm doing this alone, my husband is not taking part in it. So we always advise they come together, we talk to them, and then we recommend for both of them. So that at least the lady doesn't feel like she's doing everything alone. At least the man is also supporting in a way. Yes.
With the cases you've registered and the kind of people that you've dealt with all through the treatment you've offered, is that alarming? Is it really alarming in Uganda? Does it call for action?
These days, it's actually getting serious because of the environment we live in. With the different issues coming up, like the stress, with the depression, with the anxiety, the different mental issues actually coming up, they're kind of affecting people these days. So the rate of actually infertility is rising up. Though people don't know yet, because they see kids and babies everywhere, but yes, it's rising up these days. With the medicine, with the food, with everything and the toxins happening in the world currently now, all that is playing a huge role in this matter currently.
Okay, that is to do with both
men and women.
And then the age bracket as well?
Yes, actually age plays a huge role. Yeah, it's always advisable for people at least in the mid-20s. Their chances of getting actually conceiving are really high than someone who is like in their 40s or 50s. So definitely age plays a huge role in this matter.
Okay, now on the lighter note, I want to get twins. Do I come to you if I want to change sex?
No, please.
I've been giving back to boys and I want to change sex and give back to girls. Can I walk to Nela and get treatment?
Please, that got to go.
Not even for twins?
No, like me, I will help you get the baby, but I can't play a role in the gender and I don't play a role if they're twins or not.
But they say herbal medication does magic.
People need to know that's done by God. It's not done by anyone else. God is the only person who can change the sex of your baby from a girl to a boy. And he's the only one who gives you the twins.
Before they come looking for you, you had to clear the airwaves.
Definitely, yes, I had to.
What other services do you offer at NELA when it comes to the herbal treatment, you being a herbal consultant there?
Actually, we have a lot of services or products as NELA as we offer, starting from like weight management. We help people with managing their weight, loss and both maintaining, because definitely when you lose, you have to maintain. Yes. Then we have services that handle mental health. So people who come in with the different issues of like someone has pressure, someone has stress, depression, anxiety, people who have sleep disturbances. We handle all that, both using what you eat, or the herbal remedies, or even the essential oils, because essential oils are like very good actually. Then other things we handle people who have like chronic diseases. Someone has chronic fatigue, you've had fatigue for a long time. You have pressure, you have diabetes, you know, people have arthritis these days. It's getting actually very common. That's the different body exo pain people get, joints, backache, neck. We handle different issues actually, even fertility, as we have talked about it. There's so many rising fertility issues, but majorly for women, the likes of fibroids, people who have PCOS, people who have endometriosis, infertility itself, even menopause. Because the more you age, you get different issues for us women. Hormonal imbalances, people who have irregular periods, those who have heavy and painful periods. So really it varies. So majorly is we handle all health issues depending on the capacity someone comes into us. Yes.
With your findings, with the products and the services that you offer, good to know that you at least mentioned fibroids, because it's also something else that we have to talk about. I'm telling you, because most women these days are complaining about the fibroids. Even if someone has already given birth, at the end of the day, they'll still complain about that some case. What is wrong? What is going on? What could be the problem? Or how can we handle this?
Actually, I think it's more about handling than what could be, because definitely it's already a problem and it's affecting a lot of women these days. But then, as I've said, it goes back to what you eat and what you've been practicing. Because the major cause of fibroids is hormonal imbalancing.
It's not that someone is abstaining for long?
No.
that's what goes around. That I mean, you're not doing anything, you're not active in any way.
Please.
So
it's not related to how active you are at all. You actually find when people are active and they have them. So it's not about active you are, it goes back to your hormones.
Or they're like, the spacing itself, because you've spaced your kids for long, like after 5 years, then you conceive, then you get fibroids if you don't conceive quick. That's what we'll talk about.
Those are like some of the other factors we play in, the risk factors.
The
like,
secondary factors.
Yes, the secondary factors. Because you may find like even people who get their periods when they're so young, they have chances of getting fibroids. Even someone for abstaining for long, they have chances. But still, it goes back to their hormones. Not definitely the other risk factors going on. Yeah.
So we need to handle the hormonal imbalance itself by eating right.
Yes, that's like the major cause. By eating right and having herbal supplements, it's just that people don't know that they have hormonal imbalance. People think hormonal imbalance is when you have infertility or when you have PCOS or when you have heavy periods. Yet this happens every day from what you eat. The foods we have affect our hormones, how you sleep, how you exercise, you know, how you do everything every day affects your hormones. What we put on our skin affects your hormones. So people forget that all these things play a role in your hormones and just be like, no, since I don't have any issue, I'm very fine. But everyone has like a tiny bit of hormonal imbalance going on.
So the eating right is what? Keeping away from the oils, especially for the women. We do lots of oils these days.
Yeah, a lot of oil is not good. If you have the organic safe oil, like olive oil, that's very fine, you know. There's so many safe organic oils people can use and not the usual ones we buy, right? But then the fast foods, processed foods, all that play a role. Even the things I've said we use on our skin play a role. So when we tell someone has to eat right, is that you must have fruits in your diet, you must have vegetables in your diet, you must have water in your diet, and the amount of local food you have should be more than the processed food, which currently, as you know, people run to the restaurants more than anything else. I will pass go here, grab a snack, disappear. So it's not that I'm judging people, I'm just trying to help them in a way, yes.
Wow, great stuff. There's really a lot. There's really a lot to grab from Angel when it comes to infertility itself, the plant species, the herbal treatment itself, as we continue to share. I want us to get to wellness. She's talking about eating right, and I believe when we talk about wellness, of course, eating right has to be part of it. Tell us more, what is wellness like? Because we had people specialize. You have a nurse who is totally dedicated or specializing in wellness itself. Tell us more about it. Is it something new? Because I mean, with ICT, everything is trendy. You need to live in the tech world. So now when it comes to health, tell us more about wellness. What is it all about?
Wellness has majorly 3 aspects. It deals with your physical health, it deals with your mental health, and it deals with your spiritual health. That's what wellness is. Those 3 aspects of your body need to be at spa. Your physical, meaning your body, should be well, your mental state should be well, and your spiritual state. So what majorly happens for spiritual is, that's with you and God, right? I play a little bit in it by advising you here and there, but you play the biggest role. So me, I come in to handle your mental health and handle your physical, whereby physical is where I advise you on what to eat. I give you the herbal remedies if you need them. If you need the superfoods, I give you the superfoods. If you need essential oils, I give you the essential oils. So wellness is majorly about those 3. So we make sure those 3 aspects of your life are in sync and you're well. So physical also entails exercise and entails, a lot really, because if you're able to exercise, if you're able to eat right, and you're able to rest, then your body is very fine and you're in sync, which we don't do these days. As you know, these days, the kinds of jobs we do is that I'll leave my home, drive to work, sit down, drive back home, sleep. You haven't done anything for your body. And in that day still, you've not eaten the right food. Right? In that day, you haven't taken any water. You've only taken coffee, let's say in the morning, or that's your favorite drink, and it's the only thing you're doing throughout the day. So that means in the long run, you're not helping your body in a way. You're just actually causing issues. That's why when people, after some time, they come to you and they're like, I feel stressed. I feel a lot of body ache. I feel a lot of pain. I can't sleep well. I'm stressed. That alone shows, like, you just draw back and you ask someone, what do you eat? This, and this. Do you exercise? No. Do you drink water? 1 cup.
How about this one? How about this one? So they might not do the fast foods.
Okay.
They can't afford, I should say, on a
Yes,
daily
please.
basis, depending on the nature of their job. So they do a donut, or they do G-nuts, they do black tea also, and then they have to walk to the taxi park, because that's why they park. So imagine, for someone like that, in the morning, they definitely walk.
Okay.
Imagine from the taxi park to Nile Avenue.
Okay.
In the evening, it's a routine. And then that is what they're feeding on, the black tea and the donut.
Okay.
So is that one advantageous? Because they have that bit of walking, they walk from the taxi park to Nile Avenue, and they do the same in the evening.
That's why I said 3 things: diet, exercise, right? 2 things actually. So even if a person is exercising, they're not eating right. A donut is wheat, which is not good for you, right?
Much as they're doing the walking.
Much as they're doing
the walking is okay. The walking is okay.
Walking is very fine, but that donut right there is a challenge. Yeah, so don't do it every day. Yeah, even the buns. I know that's what you can afford, but maybe you can get a banana, right? Or maybe you can get an apple in that 1,000. That's a safer option than you eating that donut and bun.
One wants to have that foundation. You want to lay the foundation in the stomach. You're like, if I don't do posha, I don't do the chapatis, a banana, will it really sing?
We have to give it a try. We have to give it a try. The other option, actually, we advise for people who want to have like a heavy breakfast. Millet porridge is very safe and healthy. So you want something heavy to sit in your stomach, you can do.
At the end of the day, it's not about being satisfied, being on a full stomach.
No, it's not all about that. Yes. It's about that.
But you've had such cases.
So many.
And they're like,
of
I
them.
snack through, I eat this and that.
Someone can come and tell you, I'm always eating healthy snacks, and you're like, which snacks? Crisps, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no words for you, but we shall talk. Yeah.
Well, maybe I think it's something that Ugandans are not really adopting to when it comes to wellness. Like, do I really need it? You get it?
That's
Should
where
I
we
go
come
to a health facility? Should I look for a doctor to discuss wellness? You know, they think it's not necessary. If I have that moment of devotion in the morning or before I go to sleep,
Yes.
I have that beat to myself, that me time, and they try to excuse themselves away from the wellness
Beat.
beat.
Even if you have that me time, let's say in the morning you're waking up, the best way to actually start your day is by taking a glass of lukewarm water. Or people like actually lukewarm water, or you can take just room temperature water, or you can exercise in the morning, or you can meditate. These are all ways of wellness. But as you've said, in that me time, we want to real spoil ourselves, is the word I should use. Any little time people get, they either want to be on their phones, reply to their WhatsApp messages, be on TikTok, on IG, on TL. Even as the experts, we do those things, but when we have finished these other aspects of our wellness. Yes, so it's not that we are just telling everyone, do this, don't do this, do this. No, just...
It's for a few. Angel doesn't even know what she's talking about. It's for those who can afford.
No, we
High-end,
cannot.
uptown, trendy, not for some of us who have to go to Chikubo all the time, downtown business people.
No, actually everyone can do wellness, everyone. Whether you're downtown, whether you're uptown, whether you...
Regardless of the bracket, the age bracket
Yes,
itself.
and the money,
the
regardless
nature of the job that you
money,
have.
regardless of all that. Yeah, you should be able to put these things, because you know it's a habit. So you start today by putting in, let me say, 10 minutes of meditation, right? Or you put into down, you're like, okay, today I'll make sure I take 3 glasses of water, 4 glasses of water. You have started. So when you start today, tomorrow you're going to want to do it, even the next day. So you'll find that it becomes part of you. So what matters is the heart of like, I want to try this out. So they should always be able, and they're like, okay, I can't do 2 liters of water today, but I can do 1 liter. When you start from 1 liter, you will upgrade with time. Then even exercise is the same thing. You'll be like, today, I'll take a walk for 10 minutes. Or if it's around my office, you go peruse around, come back and see it. You've started something. So you just have to build on it slowly, slowly, and slowly, and you'll be there.
How about those ones who are like, wanange water? I can take a whole month without taking water. How can you help them? Which kind of help would you give to them? Or maybe on how they can develop that tendency or habit of taking water? Can I put some bit of lemon or what?
Actually, yes. We advise people to take infused water. Is what we call it, infused water. Some people actually who don't take water, it's because that like it has no taste. It's blunt. I don't like the way it tastes. So we advise them to give it taste by putting in any fruit you like. Any fruit actually you like. Do you like lemons? Put lemons. Do you like cucumber? Put cucumber. Do you like apples? Pineapples? Like for you, whatever fruit you like, you can put in there to give it taste.
Just a drop.
Not just a drop. You can get...
Not it turning into the real fresh juice. And you skip the water itself.
Yeah, so you can do maybe like 5 slices of maybe like lemon.
And drop them.
And drop in there. Or cucumber, you drop in there. Most times we advise people to do lemon and cucumber. Even apples. I have clients who like taking apple water. So,
yeah. The cucumber itself is tasteless. Advantages.
It has a lot of advantages for your skin, for detoxing, for your digestive system. So whichever fruit is easy for you to take, as long as you don't put the whole fruit in the water bottle. Yeah, you do a few slices and you put in there to give it a little bit of taste. Yeah, then you can take it.
Have you thought of ways, with the talk that goes around and the bias when it comes to herbal treatment itself? Because there's a time when it was really too serious, and then they were even banning most of those associations or companies to advertise or let the public get to know their services because they're not doing things right. How will you handle such? Do you have plans? Do you have other partners in crime in terms of treatment that you offer, like sat down and they're like, how can we erase this from people's minds? How can we really get them to tap into the benefits or the solutions that come through with herbal treatment?
Actually, how we have helped people, it's not like we have done like a campaign about it, but how we have helped people is that when you come and see me and I give you the product and it's very effective for you, by recommending someone else, that's how we're actually promoting herbal remedies and herbal medicine itself. That's like the best way we can kill out the propaganda going out there of like people are fakes, their products don't work. So what we do is that we make sure what we make now with the other practitioners we have in Uganda is that we give them very good products that are very efficient, that are very good for them, in that when someone tries it out and it works for them and they recommend another person, then more people will start coming in and that propaganda will start dying out slowly by slowly. So it's not like we're really out there saying, products work, please come. No, no, no. You know Africans, we believe by seeing. I try the product, it works for me, then I will believe that it works. So that's how we are working in this
But
industry.
in a way, in your chain of transaction, somehow along the way it has affected you people.
Yes, please, it has.
The propaganda itself.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
But then we don't lose hope. No, we don't. If I know I've helped someone, I will help the other person who will come. So whatever those people are saying, I know it's not true.
But the treatment is affordable.
Very affordable.
Not those exaggerated prices that we hear about when it comes to herbal treatment.
No, please.
You know, these species are not seen. I have to travel. I have to go to out of Uganda to get
to
them.
Japan.
I have to go to Japan and get that specific species. That is what goes around.
Yes, there are those that are in those ranges, but then there are also those that are affordable. So it depends still, as I've said, on your need and what you have currently in your pockets at the time.
Okay,
So
I wouldn't want us to be selfish as Ugandans, because at the end of the day we also grab some stuff from other nations. So we still have to let them also share what we have or what we've been blessed with as a nation.
Yes.
And we still have to also share with them. The climate change itself, the effects, you talked about the deforestation itself, and at least campaigns to go through by government, a way of advising people to get into agriculture and embrace it. But they should also think about those plant species, to plant them specifically for medicinal purposes. Yes, I want you to speak to someone in high authority there. I know if you had an opportunity to meet the minister from health, you'd really air out those issues and you'd advise them correctly. And if you also had an opportunity to meet His Excellency, I'm sure you'd really have a lot to share with him. What needs to be done for you to enjoy your space? Because, I mean, your course is unique. What you do is quite unique. It stands out. They say it's in a few institutions in Uganda. But we want to make this space a better one, especially for the women out there.
Okay, firstly, we need to have more, actually, research organizations. Because currently, as Uganda, we only have, I think, one. Okay, me, the one I know, where I did from. So if we are able to get at least some more, because what I know is that there are so many people who are practicing this out there, but they don't carry the knowledge as I have. And it would be nice to always be able to practice these things before we like release them out to the public. Because, you know, when I know this plant does this, I'm not going to do a test on someone. I'll just sell. So if we are able, or if we are given a chance to be able to have these different research organizations whereby we discover this plant does this, this, and this, test it out very well, we know it is efficient and it is safe for people, then we can be able to release them. That's actually the other way we can rule out the propaganda going on of like we give fake products or other things don't work. So if we test these things before we roll them out to the public, then that will be very efficient. And then the other thing is to create more awareness and allow some of these things to be put in, some of these herbal remedies to be put in like pharmacies or different medical areas. So that like, even if a doctor is prescribing and they know this herb is very good, a medical doctor can also give it out to someone and it will be able to work for them. So awareness and sensitization is the very big thing we have to play in marketing modern medicine and in marketing herbal medicine out there. So when someone knows that Mululuza can do this, this, and this, and it can be prescribed and it is safe to be given to people and it is packaged well, then definitely someone is going to buy it. Yeah. So it's majorly that. Yeah.
Wow. Before we let Angel go, I just want her to speak to you, something you can pocket for yourself as you enjoy Monday, as you enjoy this week, and as you value life. What can I pocket? I'm like, yes, on such and such a day, I listened to Angel, and this is what she said.
What I can actually advise people majorly is people should start taking their health seriously, and people should stop playing with their health. So whenever you feel your body is complaining, let me say you have maybe an issue with your gut or you feel bloated, find out why that is happening. Do you have like a headache? Why am I getting headache, you know? Do you feel any pain? I don't sleep well. Like, find out more to know about what's going on in your body. And the other thing is that people should always embrace diet and their lifestyle. So start with a glass of water, start with a fruit, start with vegetables on your plate, and you'll see the benefits they will carry for you in the long run. And the other thing is that they should not forget exercise. I know we are very busy out there. I know work is serious, school is going on, you have a lot of things to handle. But get 10 minutes, walk a bit, jog a bit, keep a rope, depending what's easy for you to do. And then keep your mental health. That's a very big deal these days. Keep your peace. Whatever messes with your peace, please keep it away from you. Yeah, because whenever you lose your peace of mind, a lot of things follow. The anxiety will follow, the depression will follow. So majorly don't let anything get to you. Yeah, and people, please pray out there.
I know.
Yeah, you need to also pray because it's very good for your spiritual health. When your spiritual health is well, your mental and physical health is well. So they should be able to put prayer in their lifestyle. It's also a lifestyle, by the way. Yeah, so take those 5 minutes, 10, 30 minutes, commune with others. It's very good for everyone. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Great words of encouragement. We'd love to have you and share quite a lot. Our time is against us, but I believe the viewer out there really had a wonderful time at the National Broadcaster. It's all about inspiration. And as we continue to celebrate the women in ICT this particular month, focusing on health, I believe you're doing things right and you're putting all we've been sharing into consideration. Angel, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, between you and I, there's no treatment for different sex when it comes to child and twins. No. They should not come to Nella to
no, please.
But they should come
you
for
want to have
other
a baby,
services.
Come to me. For any other services, come. But you want me to change the sex of your baby? I'll put that in God's hands, not my hands.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Well, that's all we had time for this episode. Join us once again tomorrow, same time, same place. My name is Sandra Kahonde, and Angel Imani was my guest for the day to inspire you. And we really shared quite a lot to do with the herbal treatment itself, the wellness, the importances, and the plant species that we have in Uganda, embracing what we have, what we've been blessed to have as a nation, that is building Uganda. We're looking forward to spending more time with you. That is tomorrow. Keep watching the National Broadcaster. There's really a lot of programs lined up for you. God bless you.